what's happening, man? It's your boy Rundown. If you're depressed watching your favorite sports team on the football field, but you just can't stop buying their gear, then congratulations. You might be a Raiders fan. But listen, man, don't trip. I got the perfect thing for you, man. Here at the Rundown, we have partnered with Fanatics to bring the nation some of the freshest Raider gear that you can get your hands on. I'm talking jerseys, I'm talking hats, and you know it's starting to get chilly out here, so it's best to grab you some drip for the frosty season while you're at it as well. So tap the link in the description down below, get you some fresh gear, man. Support the channel at the same time. It's a dub for you, dub for me, even though we're not getting that many dubs on the field at the moment, man. So remember, man, tap the link down below in the description to get you some fresh Raiders gear from Fanatics. Now let's get back to the show. Yes, sir, man. What is going on? What is happening with my people, man? You are back for another episode here of the Raider Rundown, man. Appreciate everybody tapping in as usual on this beautiful Monday morning, day after the game, man. Y'all know what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and run down the game yesterday. For the people that may have not watched it, of course, during this season, we don't blame you for not watching the game. But we're gonna go ahead and run that down, right? And then as soon as we're done with that, we're going to explain why this was one of the most beautiful games to watch if you are rooting for the tank. It was a masterful tank job yesterday, bro. You saw everything you wanted to see. Raiders still maintain their draft position with one of the more crucial games of the organization coming up next week against the Giants, man. Not only that, man. Hey, wore the hat today. We gotta represent the pen. Yesterday, I saw what I wanted to see. Saw what I wanted to see from our 6th overall pick yesterday. Saw what I wanted to see. It was a beautiful, beautiful game by him. Brock Bowers showed out yesterday. There's a lot to talk about. A lot of good things to talk about, even though we did take an L. But either way it goes, man, make sure you guys, real quick, for your regularly scheduled programming, make sure you guys are tapping on the like, on the subscribe button if you're feeling what you're hearing and you're new here, man. Look, like I said, we on that 2980. 20 more, man. 20 more before we hit our 3K goal, man, and we can finally do that jersey giveaway. But appreciate everybody for tapping in as usual, man. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, man. Join this little community we got, man, and keep tapping in with the real ball, man, as we talk that real football. So real quick, man, before we go ahead and get into the show, y'all know what we got to do, man. It's a rundown show. So the first thing we got to do is a nice little give a nice little roll call real quick, man. Shout out to all my family that's in the chat real quick in this beautiful morning. My guy, Dominique, what's the deal, bro? Salute to you. Salute. My guy, Dre, what's going on, bro? Hey, good weekend, huh? Your Canes won. Raiders still maintain draft position. You winning this week. My guy, Silver and Facts, what's the deal with you, bro? What's good, Rundown? Great loss. Nervous about the next 2 games. And has anyone told you that you look like you could be Stephon Diggs' brother? Bro, I've heard that multiple times, bro. Shit is crazy. I have legit heard that multiple times. I don't know. I don't see it personally, but you feel what I'm saying? I might have to look. I might have to see because I don't really be looking at Stephon Diggs like that. What's the deal, dog? What's the deal, bro? Salute to my guy for being up in here, man. What is the Raider? The realest shit on earth. Is what it is. Don't get that shit confused, boys. The realest shit on earth. Don't you get it started up in here. What's going on with you? Jay, man, in the building, man. What's going on, big dog? Appreciate you for being here, man. More over Mendoza. Correct. More over Mendoza. That's where I'm at. I know some people are trying to crown the phrase "give me more." I don't know about that. That sounds a little. That's a little. That's teetering the line. I don't know about, as a grown man, I could be saying "give me more" like that. I don't know about that. We're gonna have to find a different slogan. But I'm with you. Moore over Mendoza for sure. Dre, what's the deal, bro? Of course, I already said that. But man, Sun Goddess, what's going on with you, Queen? Appreciate you for tapping in this beautiful morning as always. SoCal in the building. What's going on, big dog? Appreciate you for being here. Let me see. Give me some wild comments up in here, bro. Give me some wild comments. See, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like some people have been saying that. I'm like, hey, let's slow that down, bro. I'm not gonna be saying that as a grown ass man. There we go. Now we talking. All right. That other shit, y'all can keep that. All right. y'all keep the other slogan. I'm with this slogan. More is required. I like that. Yeah. Hey, look at Mike. Hey, boy, we got to keep that. Cause ain't that the shit that Max say too? Yeah, we need that, boy. That it's all falling into place, man. All falling into place. Look, bro, there be some wild people up in here, bro. wild people. My guy, man, play Kenny. Yeah, next week might have to. Win, lose, or draw is still Raiders for life. 100%, bro. 100%. And then we still got some good things to talk about today, man. Who? Or you might as well call me Floyd Mayweather. Get me right. Michael Myers in the building, man. What's going on with you, big dog? That was a competitive loss. We need Dante Moore. Exactly. That's all I require, for these last two games. This next week, bro, I'm sweating. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. I'm sweating for this next week because the way the Giants been playing, bro, they're trying to lose. The Giants been trying to lose, bro. They fucking suck. Let me see, man. More problems for y'all. Because you look like you're not a Raider fan. Of course you're not a Raider fan. But definitely for y'all, if we get Dante Moore, it's a wrap. It's a wrap for y'all. Man, Michael Myers, man, Moore on the way. 100%, bro. 100%. Hey, yeah, I'm with you, bro. Then we on. Hey, the shirt needs to be made, bro. If he's a Raider, that shirt needs to be made 100%. It's gonna be a whole Blunson breakdown original. 100. We might have to get that in. We can't put this in the air, bro. We cannot put this shit in the air, bro. I don't want to do it. My guy, hold up. I didn't even see it. Hold on. Salute to my Unc, man. What's going on, Unc? I haven't seen Unc in a minute. And we're gonna get a show with Unc soon, man. Unc been down in the dumps, bro, when it comes to the Raiders and watching them. So I'm letting him get it all out in the group chats. You know what I'm saying? But once the season's over, I know he's gonna come right back to it. We're gonna have Unc right back on the show, man. We definitely on, man. Hey, man. Your name below is Prison Cheeks. I wouldn't be calling anything zesty around me, big dog. You keep your weird ass around there, all right? For a man, that name is Prison Cheeks. You talking about zesty and all this twerking, man? Hey, you keep that weird shit over there, man. You do what you got to do. Hey, Texas Tech, man, appreciate you for tapping in. It's one of our rundown you people, man. Appreciate you for being here. But again, always love to the chat. Hit that like, hit the subscribe button if you're new here. Real quick, man, let's get into it, bro. Y'all already know what it is, man. It's Monday, so we got to go ahead and get the rundown on. So, boom. Yesterday, Raiders lose a very competitive game, 23-21. It's a goddamn shame, during the game, if you're watching it, you're sweating bullets because you're thinking they're gonna win the game, right? And that's kind of where I was yesterday, bro. Yesterday, I'm watching. I'm like, we playing out here. We're playing out here, man. Defense was playing. Offense had some rhythm, Texans was, to be honest with you, though, the Texans offensively, just as a team, I believe they played like kind of ass yesterday. I think the Texans kind of let some shit slip away. When you listen to their beat reporters, when you listen to, the city of Houston and how they was talking about this game, they wasn't even fucking looking at this game, to be honest with you. They was looking at next week because I believe they play the Chargers next week. So, or this week. So, you looking at it, you could kind of tell that the way they was playing, the way motherfuckers was talking, they didn't really give a fuck about this game. It bled through the screen. You know what I'm saying? It bled through the screen. I personally think the Texans played down position. it may be, bro. You got to go in there. You got to play 60 fucking. You know what I'm saying? You got to go in. You got to play 60. Now, we was getting busy. We was getting busy in the entirety of the game. I mean, it really slipped away from us. We only lost the game in the last 2 minutes. You know what I mean? It took a beautiful throw by C.J. Stroud and a beautiful catch by Nico Collins to put the game away, to put it on ice. So, honestly, when you're looking at it and you're thinking about it, it wasn't a terrible game. It wasn't a game. A lot of positives to speak on. Now, I'm waiting for the stats to come up because I want to make sure I'm giving y'all the accurate stats. But let's start off here. I want to start off here. That's why I wore the hat. That's why I wore the pin, bro. My man showed the fuck out yesterday, bro. Showed the fuck out. And he was running like how we need him to run. Now, case in point, what we're talking about when we preface this, right? Remember last week, we came out here. I know I personally was critical about how Genty was running in that game last week against the Eagles. I personally felt he was tiptoeing, right? Tiptoeing, not hitting the hole, not really hitting it at full speed like he can, right? Sometimes when you got a bad offensive line, bro, and you're running back, you got to make your own yardage. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Now, when you watch this week and last week, for everybody that might not have understood what I was talking about, do you see the difference now? This week, it looked like he said, fuck it, bro, I'm running today. I'm running today. Ain't no tiptoeing. Ain't no dancing behind the line of scrimmage. I'm not fucking Le'Veon Bell, bro. I'm Ashton Genty. I'm about to get busy downhill. And that's what it looked like. It was beautiful. Beautiful to see. That's what the fuck I've been waiting for, bro. So if you were with me last week and we were having this discussion, that's exactly what I was talking about. I wanted to see this man hit the hole. No chopping your feet behind the line of scrimmage, trying to find the perfect hole. Don't sit back there, dance around until you can squirt out of something. Pause. But no, hit the hole, bro. Be aggressive. Take the ball to the linebackers, to the second level. And look what happens. Lo and behold, once you be aggressive and you take the ball and you take that aggression to them, now all of a sudden these motherfuckers are scrambling, bro, right? When you have a running back, and yesterday, one of those runs where he broke free, right? And, he kind of redirected himself behind the line and broke free. That's the beauty of having a 5'9", whatever running back, bro. Real talk. Everybody talks about the height or whatever, but you got when he's in rhythm, right? And when he's running downhill at motherfuckers, he's behind all these 6'3", 6'4", 6'5" guys, right? It's behind all that, you can get lost. And if you're attacking like he was yesterday, ain't shit they can do with his ability to break tackles, right? And his ability to have that contact balance in the open field. Nothing you can do. So what he did yesterday is what I want to see for the remainder of the year. I don't give a fuck what the circumstances are, bro. I don't care who's getting beat. I don't care what it is, bro. Run. Fucking run. Because when you run, you can show how special you are. So I'm glad to see that. I don't even know the stats. I don't know if they popped up on me yet. Let's see. Oh, they did. Okay, beautiful. So yesterday, right, our guy, 6 overall pick, 24 rush attempts for 128 yards with an average of 5 yards per carry. Beautiful to read, beautiful to see, right? That's what we want to fucking see, man. That's what we want to see. So, Otis Watkins, good game, to be honest. Genty showed great potential, and we're trying to lose. Kept it close against really good defense. And that's the next thing we got to talk about. This was, coming into it, the number 1 rush defense, I believe, in the league. If they're not number 1, they were definitely top 3, top 5, right? They was up there. So either way it goes, I think that this man right here showed exactly what we wanted to see against one of the league's better defense, right? And that's exactly what the competition raised. Let's see him raise his level. That's exactly what I wanted to see. Let me see. Who else we got here? But let's see what else we had. So we had 128 yards rushing on the ground, right, with 24 attempts. But not only that, he added to it with 1 receiving touchdown with the 60-yarder, which was Now, I was talking to Mike about this earlier, and we'll have a conversation soon about certain running backs the Raiders have had before. But either way it goes, that route that he ran on To'o out there in that space, that's why you can say, all right, maybe you do select the motherfucking top 10. I'm still not going to condone it either way it goes. But you can say this is why you select him top 10 because he can do all these things, right? And I mean, it took the coaching staff 16 fucking weeks to figure out this man can go out and run these type of routes in this type of, condition. But either way it goes, bro, at least they figured it out. At least they figured it out. Now, you can put this man out there against linebackers and he can actually run these routes, right? He can actually do these things. I believe personally that going forward in his career, we can even expand the route tree. I'm not gonna sit there and try to turn this man to Amon-Ra St. Brown, but what I will say is that we can expand that to a degree where now I can really line you up, and now we can maybe run some choice, right? Maybe run some choice routes out there. Maybe run some option routes, give him some things. We know you can go downfield on these linebackers, right? So that's already a threat right now. Let's open up and expand the palette, right? If we can do that going forward, shit. Now we talking Uber production. All right, Uber production. So that's exact. Okay, number 3. I knew it was top 3. It was something like that. So that's exact. Look at Mike. You getting the arguments about Devin White, man. Telling you, bro. Leave that alone. Leave it alone. But I will say, as far as like to finish off with Genty, that's exactly what I wanted to see yesterday. That's exactly it. I'm not going to focus on like, is he better than this person? Is he this person? Is he that? I'm going to celebrate the fact that we saw exactly what we wanted to see against the league's top 3 rush defense. Okay. Now, not only to talk about that. Okay. So obviously it's beautiful to say Ashton Genty had 128 yards. It was 5 yards per carry. Right. But he didn't do it himself. Right. He didn't do it himself. And you get to thinking about now the addition of Caleb Rogers now that's been in there for a couple of weeks, right? He had a rough week last week. Okay. All right. You chalk that up. You have one good week. You come back against the Denver Broncos nonetheless. Like the Broncos ain't no slouch ass defense. So he had a good week against a good defense against the Denver Broncos. Bad week against another good defense against the Eagles. Okay. You chalk that up. Boom. You come back against another good defense against the Texans. You have another good game. Right. So with Caleb Rogers, I don't think it's a coinky dink now. I don't think it's a coincidence that Ashton Genty been finding more room to run, finding more room to wiggle since Caleb Rogers been inserted. I don't know if it's been a coincidence. All right. I personally think that since him being inserted into the lineup, we've gotten a little bit better in that run game, bro. We've had a little bit more continuity in there. I'm not gonna sit there and say like, oh, we're exactly where we want to be, but from where it was to now, when you see the change and now where it is, you get to saying like, okay, we got something there, right? We got something there. So, I think that him being inserted, perfect. I mean, hey, gotta give some props to Kappa. He's been a center for a while, right? And he actually a bit, giving props to Kappa, bro. Kappa has not been a shitty center. You've been like an average guy. You've been average, but he ain't been shitty. You know what I mean? Parham's been Parham. Like, it is what it is over there. Glaze, we're going to have a conversation about DJ Glaze going into the offseason. There's a conversation that has to be had there. I'm not going to call him dog water. I don't think he's dog water. But like, he's like, okay. You could get better, though. You know what I mean? Like, we can upgrade from DJ Glaze, in my opinion. So, like, if you kept him the next year, it's like, okay, like, whatever. But if you upgraded, like, I'm not going to be mad at all. I personally think we might have to kick him in the guard, man. Kicking DJ Glaze in the guard might be the move. But that's a conversation for another day. But that's a conversation for another day. But either way, we're going to go there. Yeah, I might be thinking about it, bro. Yeah, I'm thinking about it because it's, he's okay, but we can definitely upgrade 100%. Hey, man, what's going on, man? Appreciate you for being here. Love. Hey, hey, what up, hey, them Bears, y'all doing y'all thing, man. Y'all doing y'all thing. I'm rooting for y'all in the NFC. Go ahead, do y'all thing. Let's see how far the Bears can get. Especially, they got Ben Johnson. They showing exactly the blueprint for the Raiders. You say that. It's the blueprint. Get your O-line right. Get the young coach. Get the quarterback. Let's work. We got weaponry. as you can see yesterday, and we're going to continue to talk about it because, look, a lot of people are like, man, the Raiders need so much. The Raiders need so much. It's just fucking 10 years of building is going to be happening here. I don't subscribe to that thinking. I don't subscribe to it, bro. I don't think that it's going to take 10 years to get this motherfucker right? Realistically, it takes maybe 2. I think if you get 2 good years, you're now in relevancy. That's how I feel. I'm not going to say Super Bowl relevancy, but you're a team now. You're like, okay, you motherfuckers is building something. Now, reason being, you have games like this yesterday, right? It's like these ain't motherfuckers we signed off the scrap heap, right? Like these are guys that have been developed that are here. You look at Brock Bowers, what he did against that defense yesterday. Well, he's going to do that against anybody, right? You get to thinking about it. You see Ashton Genty's contribution. Okay, interesting. And really think about this. Shout out to Unc, but the game that we played against the Bears, right? Think about that game too. It was Bowers and Genty too going off. Bowers and Genty going. So look, there's weaponry. There are guys here you can sit here and be like, these 2 motherfuckers right here. There's potential that Bowers, Genty can have these games any given week, to be honest with you, right? Especially you get the offensive line correct. Genty can have this type of game for sure. Bowers is liable to kill any linebacker, safety you put on him. Don't care who it is, right? So that's going to happen. Now, what do we need to complete these things, right? You get me? I personally like Jack Besh, but I'm not going to sit here and say he's going to be a number 1 receiver or anything like that. We need some explosiveness on the outside. We need an outside receiver, bro, to complete this trio of weaponry we have. When you have the tight end that can do what he can do, when you have the running back that can really, really kill teams on the ground like this, we need that outside guy that teams have to back the safeties off. And now you can't really sit there and say like, oh, we're just going to crowd the box because you have a tight end that's in line and your other weapon is a running back. You feel what I'm saying? That's why teams are crowding the box. We have no outside weaponry like that. So our best weapons are all guys that play in this box, in this bubble, right? With the linebackers in the second level and all that we play all in line. We have to get some outside guys to really open this shit up, right? Really get some room around here. Because if we can do that, oh, yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. It's going to get scary. It's going to get scary. Of course, most important piece. Y'all know what the most important piece is with. I'm talking all this weaponry shit. I'm talking all this. Even getting the head coach is nice and dandy. But none of that shit matters if you don't have a quarterback. It don't matter. None of it matters. You got to get a quarterback. You know what I mean? To complete the whole thing. Regardless of who it is, Dante Moore. But, if that's the case, bro, and we go that route, I feel like we'll be on our way, man. I really do feel like we'll be on our way. It's just certain moves that if we make, I feel like we can start closing these gaps off. So let's see. Let's look at some more yardage and some more things. Look, let's talk about Geno Smith real quick. We can talk about Geno Smith. He came back from injury. Didn't play a terrible game. I mean, he only threw the ball 23 times, so thinking about it. Geno had 23 attempts. Genty had 24 rush attempts. That's good balance. Good balance. Now, Geno has 16 for 23. That's not bad, right? 201 yards in the game. Not bad. 2 touchdowns. Okay. Where we lost the game is the eventual, and you already know where I'm going to say. This is where we lost the game. We lost the game where he threw that stupid-ass pick 6, bro. That was it, right? That was the game right there. Now, think about this. This is why I'm bringing this up. If we get a quarterback, right, where, hey, look, shout out to Geno, Geno is the ultimate tank commander, dog. Hey, what my boy Trey, we know limit soldiers right now, boy. He the ultimate tank commander. But, now we got to start talking about moving on from him, which we're probably going to do. Now, think about this. Insert maybe, a quarterback that has a system with a Clint Kubiak maybe, and some we're like, okay, we can really get busy on offense. Did we win that game yesterday without that pick 6? I believe so. We might. With damn near with better court. Like if he was really getting busy, you know what I mean? We might really win this game. But that's the difference with us right now. I just think we have to have that quarterback to elevate us. to put us over the top. If you think about it, what won the game yesterday? A fucking dot of a throw. A dot of a throw won the game yesterday. When it gets to December, you know what I mean? You start getting close to January. It takes quarterback play, bro. You know, yeah, and it's always like defense and the run game is going to win you championships. But at the end of the day, like, you got to have a quarterback that's going to make that throw in the moments. You know what I mean? In these type of environments, you got to have a quarterback that's going to make that throw. And I think that's the difference with us right now. We just don't have that. You know, we don't have that. We're winning. We're reliant upon the defense making a play, running game, winning us the game, which is cool and dandy. But once you get in these situations, you got to have a guy. So, you know, the one interception killed us off. Am I mad at it? Fuck no. That's what Geno was supposed to do. Okay, we needed this loss. But either way it goes, got to speak about that. Now, receiving. Let's talk about the receiving. You know, we're talking about all this, you know, downfield stuff. Trey Tucker had 4 receptions, 43 yards, you know, pretty good. Jack Bech had a nice little catch over the shoulder for 37 yards. So he ended the day with 2 receptions, 43 yards. You know, Brock Bowers ended the day with 5 catches, you know, but he had 33 yards and a tub. And Michael Mayer had 1 catch for 10 yards. Now, those are cool numbers, but this goes back to what we were just talking about, right? This goes back to what we were just talking about as far as getting that outside deep threat. That's what we need. Okay, you see all these guys I just named to you, which Trey Tucker is the deep threat, cool, but we got to think about it. He's only like 5'10", 5'11", you feel what I'm saying? Like, and every time we throw Trey Tucker a deep ball, I cringe. I fucking cringe because it's like, bro, come on, like he's going against a 6'2" corner and you throwing a 5'10" guy a jump ball. Like, what the fuck are we doing? You know what I mean? And that's been the problem for years upon years. We have small body guys. Remember, we sitting here there was one year we had fucking him, Trey Tucker, DJ Turner, and somebody else playing. They were all the same fucking height. Like, that's the problem with our receiver room. We need more height. Now, you tried to do that with Dante Thornton, but we all understand now at this point, he's not ready. He's just not ready. He's not what we need right now. He don't need to be taking meaningful snaps away from other guys. You feel what I'm saying? I think, like Bech, I think Bech needs to get more snaps, okay, like he's been doing, and we see him produce a little bit more, but we understand what he is. Intermediate to short, right? Intermediate to short. He's not anybody that's going to take the top off the defense. If he gets a deep ball every now and then, for sure. But, you know, I don't think that's what he's going to be. You know, there's some targets in this draft. Not looking at free agency as far as like getting this receiver, but we need some guys that's in this draft that I think would be perfect for what the fuck we need. But real quick, man, let's talk about it, man. Let me hear some let me get some comments going, bro. Let's see what y'all talking about. DJ says Bech could be our TJ Hushmanzada or Crabtree. That's how I'm looking at it. Some people will say that, like some people will see this and be like, bro, what the fuck? No. Like, I'm talking about a dude that's gonna consistently move the chains. You know what I mean? Consistently move the chains, get that short to intermediate game going, open it up underneath for our deep threat that we will draft. That's where I'm at. You know what I mean? That's exactly where I'm at. Hector, my bad. Mandatory. We need a QB. 100%. There's no way we need to get out this draft without one. And we need to put ourselves in position to get one. This next week, oh my God. Next week is so fucking crucial, boy. Woo! Man, draft Jeremiah Smith, find a quarterback in free agency. Hey, subscribe to that, big dog. Because if we draft Jeremiah Smith, that's a next year thing. How come we can't just draft Dante Moore and get Jeremiah Smith next year? I thought about that, huh? We're always set up pretty nice in offseason. Cap, draft. The choices after is where we fuck it up. MA, you right, be right. This year, I feel it different. But this is the thing. We've always been set up with like a 6 pick in the draft, and no coach wants to fucking come here with no chance to get a quarterback. No coach wants to do that. So we must lose. We must get the top pick, top 2 at least. Like if you get 1 or 2, now we're working. Coach in the building, man. Pretty good game. Only one only one interception. Yeah, and for the standards, bro, it's not bad. For the standards, not bad. Sketchy, man. What's going on, man? Howdy, my brothers. Just want to say God bless you and your family. God bless you too, man. Hey, prayers to everybody up in here, man. It's the holidays. I hope everybody's enjoying things with their family, man. Hope you get a chance to really have a good Christmas, man. But I appreciate that, man. Thank you. The O-line seems like we are close. If Grant, JPJ, and Rodgers are legit. Ooh, Hector, you brought up something that's beautiful. We don't even have JPJ. Think about the continuity that we've missed out on. This is why I've been mad, because the way Rodgers is playing, I would have loved to see him build that continuity with JPJ, right? Now, Grant is the wild card, bro. Grant's the wild card. If Grant is legit, this draft class, I don't want to hear no bitching and complaining about it. Don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear that shit. I'm telling y'all right now, everybody that has been bitching and complaining about this draft class, I got a couple people in mind that have been doing that. I'm on you. If Grant turns out to be what many people think he can be, right? Because you got to think about it, bro. You get, your franchise running back there, okay? Porter, I still believe in Porter. We'll get to him in the defense, but I still believe in Porter. I think you got something there. I don't know about, we'll see, but I think you got a legit starter there. You look around, you got a starting guard in this draft. If you get a starting left tackle out of this draft in the 3rd round, nonetheless, don't want to hear nothing. Don't want to hear nothing about this goddamn draft class, bro. Now, I still will. And that go for me too, because I was bitching complaining about it. You know what I mean? Really, Genty was the only one I was bitching complaining about. But if the tackle ends up being legit, the guard ends up being legit, and you end up solving those in one draft class, nothing I can say. Nothing I can say. He did what he was supposed to. Spy Tech did what he's supposed to do. Coach Clown, you said only one pick six, Gino. Well, shit, next week we need 2. I ain't gonna cap to you, bro. The way if y'all have not watched the Giants, it's a sweater next week. It is a sweater next week, boy. The Giants are horrid. They fucking suck. So it's gonna be bad. I don't know how we're gonna pull this loss off, but we're gonna have to do it. The general on a generational tank run this season. Bro, hey, this is beautiful though. This is beautiful. Oh my God. Hey, y'all, give me 2 seconds. This baby is trying to do something he's not supposed to do. Y'all give me wait 2 seconds. Hey, hold on. All right. Apologies. We back. It was ugly. It was ugly. We getting to that stage as a dad now where shit, I gotta run around after this damn child. Oh my God. All right, yeah, give me a second. Woo, goddamn. I gotta start getting my goddamn wind up. This motherfucker out here, he making me condition. So now, right? We was talking about draft class, okay, and getting all that together in the game against the Giants next week. It's gonna be an ugly one. It's gonna be a sweater. It's gonna be a sweater. Browns looking to draft a quarterback. A lot of people looking to draft quarterbacks this year, and it's not that many to go around. Not that many quarterbacks to go around. M85 says Spy Tech Brady being able to work without Mark's interference is the key. Agreed. If this is where I'm at, right? Like, if Tom has his mind set up, I don't know about Spy. Like, maybe Spy is in on the whole, like, yeah, we got to fire Pete thing too if he's with Brady. If that's the case, right? So let's go off that. If Spy Tech and Brady have their minds made up, like, yeah, bro, like we got to fire Pete, then Mark, it is what it is. Right? It is what it is. Don't say shit, Mark. I don't want you in that conversation, bro, about like, well, maybe. No. If them two have their minds made up, then let them do what the fuck they do. It is what it is, bro. And then because guess what, Mark? See, this is what I think Mark will do. But either way it goes, it's your good business, bro. Shit. I ain't in it. It ain't me. Don't look at me. Because that's all Raider fans want to do. It's fucking Mark Davis. Okay, right? If that's just me, being me, bro, I'd be like, y'all good, y'all two go ahead. You do what the fuck you got to do. All right. And then while y'all do that, and if it works out, I'm giving y'all all the credit, right? Because guess what? If I'm Mark Davis, I'm gonna get all the credit for hiring you two motherfuckers anyway. Don't matter to me, right? So y'all, if it works out, y'all get all the credit. I'll be in the shadows working out. Yeah, Mark gonna come out in that silver wig that he come out in, whatever the fuck the case, and we good to go, right? We straight. We winning some games. Don't matter. Give a fuck what Mark come out in. But if it lose, if it sucks and it's trash again, guess what Mark can do? Don't look at me, big dog. Wasn't me, right? Wasn't me. I'm over here watching Aces games and shit. You know what I mean? Y'all said, get the fuck get Mark out the fucking building. I'm out the building. All right, I'm out. So we putting the onus on Tom. We putting the onus on Spytech. Stop looking at Mark, bro. It's not about that. And shit, we about to talk a report. We about to talk about a report right now so we can really put this to bed as well. Because I didn't even get to talk about it, but we're gonna talk about a report right now where it's like, yeah, there's no more looking at Mark no more, bro. We can't just use the cop out. It's cop out, in my opinion. Best can average 4 or 5 catches, 54, 75 yards, 1 CD. If not a threat in the red zone, he could be a chain mover. That's where I'm at, Reason. That's where I'm at, bro. I think you mean consistent chain mover. Mac Jones or Mendoza. Well, shit, if you got a chance to draft your own quarterback, you might as well just draft your own quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Might as well just draft your own quarterback. I'm not with the whole retread thing no more. Only if we're forced. The only way I'm gonna do that, bro, is if we are forced to do that. And I am gonna try everything in my power, if it was me, right, to be like, I'm not doing that anymore. So, we'll see. Salute. AD, man. Appreciate you for being here, man. Jay says Fernando or Dante would look good here. Yeah, I agree. Ty Simpson would too. I'm a Ty Simpson believer, bro. I know some people have dwindled off of that as the weeks have went on, but last week we back to form against who the fuck did they just play? Who was that? Oklahoma. Against Oklahoma, Ty Simpson we back to form. You know what I mean? Now if he play like that again against Indiana, watch out. Because think about this, bro. Alabama has no running game. If anybody watches Alabama, bro, they are one-dimensional as hell. All right? Like, it is not the same Alabama that we have all come to know and love. All right? These motherfuckers are very one-dimensional. If Ty Simpson's not playing good, then they're losing that game. That's the way it's going right now, the way they're playing. So, it's all on him. That's why I like what I see, bro. Because if he does not have a good day, the team is pretty much fucked off and they're going to lose. So I like that when you look at everybody else, right? Fernando has the luxury to be off a little bit, right? He has that luxury. So you just got to be honest with it, right? He has the luxury to do that. Even Dante, a tad bit, has the luxury to say, like, I'm not having the greatest of day, But the team itself we're skillful enough to get it done. That shit is not Alabama on offense. That's just not it. Not it. Defense damn near either. It's just their team is inconsistent. It was an excellent throw and catch to lose. It's the game. Yep. Dominique, man, what's going on? Hear me out, Rundown. If we win these last 2 games, I would bring back Pete and Gino and Tank 2027. It's way more better QBs next year, but that's only if we win these last 2 games. If we win the last 2. You're forced. You're probably forced, bro. And that's where I'm at. Like, you're forced to do that. Because who gonna want to come here? Because if the Raiders win these last 2 games, that drops us all the way down to the 7th pick in the draft. 7th. Now, you could still get a quarterback technically if there are 3 that come out, right? Like if Ty Simpson, if Dante Moore, and if Fernando all come out, then you're like, okay. You pray. You pray at that fucking point. You pray and hope somebody falls to you. We're in the same fucking boat we've always been. But you know, if it's only one quarterback, then it's like, you know, it is what it is. Fuck it. Take somebody 7th overall. Probably got to bring Pete and Geno back at this point. Because the way it's looking, I can probably I feel this in my bones, bro. People are lining up. They starting to line some people up for this job. But the only way they're going to be like, yeah, I want this job is if you got the first or second pick in the draft and they're like, all right, I can get this quarterback and I can do what I want with this roster. So, yeah, these last 2 games are crucial, bro. You might have to bring them back. You might have to. It'd be funny if these motherfuckers start winning, but, you know, you might have to. Flying Dutchman. As a Browns fan, we need those other pieces, specifically O-line and wide receivers. See, look, okay, talk to me. Talk to me, Dutchman. You're a Browns fan, right? A lot of people are asking for quarterback, bro. You know, the Browns taking Dante Moore, the Browns doing this, doing that, doing this. Everything, you know, is quarterback. You think y'all need a quarterback, bro? I really would like to know from a Browns fan's opinion. Like, do you want to draft one? You give Shedeur a chance? I'm surprised at everybody because I'm with my dog DJ, bro. The way it goes and the way it's trending, right? If the Browns are really serious about getting another quarterback, I'm with my dog DJ, bro. Like, what the fuck do they want for Shedeur? Send him this way. Send him the fuck this way. I'm fine with that. You know what I mean? Like, I will take Shedeur right now. Right now. So, regardless of how it goes, bro, there are options that if you want to technically name Shedeur retread, that'd be the only thing I have. That'd be the only shit that I'd be like, yep, get him. As far as that, because then we have a young option. There's something. Who do you think the head coach will be after Pete Carroll? Save that. I have a show coming soon after this week. After this week, I got my head coaching candidates, man. Tap in. But we saw him play. We saw him coach on Thursday night. Hell no. Not first round. I like Cardinal. I'm not gonna say I like Cardinal for sure, but not first round. We're not gonna take no receiver. Now, if he slipped, I got my eyes, to be honest with y'all, bro. I got my eyes on Denzel Boston from Washington. If y'all ain't seen him, check him out. Buddy like 6'2", 6'3". This is the type of person I'm talking about, right? Deep ball threat, can go down the field, big body. That's the guy I'm looking at for our second round selection. That Denzel Boston, maybe a Jacoby Lane too from USC because he's got the size and he's got the downfield ability that we looking for. You know what I mean? So that'd be it. His injury thing is the only thing with me, bro, with Jacoby Lane. And I know Mike might still be here, but his injury shit's the only thing for me. But other than that, I'm looking at them too for sure. I would like to see that. Let me see, man. Well, there is Jerry Jones. There are worse owners than Mark, bro. Y'all be tripping, bro. There are really worse owners than Mark for sure. Let me see. Boy, this man, hey, I'm gonna just let y'all know, man. We at that point. We at that point. He climbing onto something. But my boy, man, Luke said there should be an NFL new rule change that prohibits NFL teams from purposely tanking this season for the first round draft pick. Said the team caught purposely tanking should be subjected to fine. Right, like the Giants. Bro. Let's be honest with you. If anybody watched that game from the Giants yesterday, man, they forfeited like 3 fucking field goals yesterday, bro. 3. They could have 9 points on the board damn near, and they lost by 3. This idiotic football shit that I looked at and I was like, they're purposely trying to get this number 1 overall pick, bro. They purposely trying to get it so they can get all this trade capital and do all this shit, bro. Nah. Let me see. What else we got over here? Don't get me started. Nah, bro. That Shedeur shit is right. If we don't get no quarterback and we drop our dumb ass selves to the 7th pick in the draft, winning these next 2 games, I'm calling for it, bro. I'm calling for it. I'm on it. Can somebody please explain to me how people expect us to draft Mendoza or more when we're not going to be able to because we're going to beat the Giants and then we're going to beat the Chiefs? Tyler, stop, man. Stop. I'm already sweating. It's all right. I'm already sweating, bro. Trust me. I know. It's bad, bro. The way it's looking, the way it is fucking looking, we are about to drop ourselves to like the 7th or 8th pick. 100%. 100%. And that's gonna kill me, bro. That's gonna kill me. We might as well trade back to 13 from 7 if we win these games. Keep getting draft picks. We're gonna not get top talent, get the best depth. Yeah. Under at that point, trade back. See who's gonna fall. Whatever the case, we back in the same fucking position. Let me see, man. Tank Bowl this Sunday is gonna be nail biter, bro, from start to finish. From start to finish. You know, now some people are going to look at like Dart's numbers and be like, bro, you only got 77 yards. Like, what the fuck is he doing? Again, the Giants, I think, are purposely tanking, bro. This man, whoever the fuck the OC interim head coach is, the man threw the ball 13 times in the entirety of the game. 13. Forfeited 3 field goals and lost by 3 points. I like, bro, shit's just fucking immaculate tank jobs right now. Immaculate. Let me see, man. I think it's the NFL sending directives to teams to stop the Raiders from getting the number 1 pick. They don't want the Raiders to get anything. Maybe. But depending on how this game go next week, if this offense and Ashton Genty runs like this next week, we're gonna win that game. We're gonna win that game. I'm telling y'all right now, bro. We're gonna win that game. We can't do it. Yes. They even had a pick. I'm so glad you said this, for like they had a pick 6, dog. Whole pick 6 negated by a whole offside, bro. It's clown football. It's clown football. And then what makes it worse is like they actually have talent. It's not like they don't have guys. I don't understand what the fuck is going on over here, bro. Don't understand. Yeah. My boy said Duval. Hey, y'all getting busy over there, man. Congratulations. Who y'all just beat? It was a good win, too. Y'all just beat somebody. Was it the Chargers? I don't know who y'all just beat, but I know Denver. Right. Y'all beat Denver. Fuck Denver. Appreciate y'all for doing that, man. Bring them back down to earth. There's going to be a lot of Denver people that you hear along the airwaves. I like Gridiron, man, my guy. I like Talib. I actually do. Like, a lot of Raider fans, like, don't fuck with him, but I like him as an analyst or whatever. But he going to get on there. There's going to be a lot of Denver people that's going to try to rationalize to everybody, like, we needed that one loss. We needed the one loss to get us back on track and all that. No, this is how you motherfuckers been looking. This is just you finally got a team that whooped y'all ass. That's just what it was. You know what I mean? Shout out to the Jaguars, man. And shout out to fucking Jacoby Myers. Congratulations to our guy, Jacoby, man, getting himself a contract, getting him that new money out there in that Florida weather, man. Nice to see, bro. I like to see shit like that. A lot of people be like, well, why didn't the Raiders pay him? Why did the Raiders do these things? We were never going to pay him. We're not in a position to do that. We need to build, right? So you might as well send him somewhere where he can win and he can gain his money. That's what good organizations do, bro. We keep business good. That's what we do. I don't see us winning the next 2, even with Booger Minshew out. No. I mean, look, everybody's already stop worrying about this Chiefs quarterback shit. There's 2 weeks before we play them, man. They're gonna figure that out before we get to that week. You know what I mean? They only have like one quarterback on the roster, bro. Like, they're gonna figure out their quarterback situation, and they have a week in between us to figure out what they're gonna do. You know what I mean? Like, they're gonna do that, and I just don't see Andy Reid being okay with getting blown the fuck out 3 weeks straight. Just don't see it. Watch Brady's backup plan for QB is Malik Willis, Shedeur Sheeper, but they don't want to hear it. I'll take Malik. I'm gonna be real, bro. I'll take Malik Willis as the bridge. If we get a rookie and he's the bridge, I love that. But if he's like the plan, oh Jesus Christ. You know what I mean? Jesus Christ. Let me see, man. Now I already know it, bro. They have. That's why we need these picks. The Jets can do what they want. I think Cleveland has multiple first round picks. Right? Cleveland got multiple first round picks from the Jaguars for the Damn, mine Travis Hunter for the Travis Hunter deal, right? So like we're the only team that don't have like all these assets in the first round and shit. So us just being positioned is crucial. Us just being positioned is the key. If we're not positioned, we're fucked off. We're fucked off. Now, beauty of it, I've already heard some of the Titans candidates and they're fucking trash. So that's good. That's good. But I don't know if they'll just end with that because I see them talking about like who the hell are they talking about? Matt Nagy, right? They're talking about Matt Nagy for the Titans head coaching job, which that's not a guy that I want us to look at all, right? At all. So good. If they hire him, then yeah, so the fuck be it. I done heard they want John Gruden over there too. Good. Do that, right? Because that ain't none of the candidates we want. None of them. I don't fuck what it is, bro. We want younger candidates. Now, my scenario in like getting some of these coaches in the top rounds, that goes away for the offensive guys, right? If you're a top whatever guy, like in the top 2, top 1, an offensive guy is for sure going to want to come here, and I know that's what all y'all want. But me personally, I'm not closed off on the fact of getting some defensive young coach as well. You know what I mean? I'm not inclined, not opposed to that. Not opposed to that. Sometimes they understand what the fuck they're doing. I mean, you look at Mike McDonald, you see what he's doing. You look at the D'Amico Ryans and what he's doing, right? So, and Quinn, defensive head coach, like they're guys, bro. There's examples around the league. So personally, I like what these guys, some of these defensive guys are doing. I think we can have some success there if we were to go that route. But I know everybody wants offensive. Not mad at it. Who? Who the fuck is that? Who the fuck is this? I don't even know who this is, bro. He was on a practice squad. No. Sounds trash to me. That sounds trash to me. He making tax collector money. You know what I mean? Like, hell no. Nah. I don't give you no confidence at all, Mike. I don't give me no confidence at all, man. Y'all give me something. You gotta give me something else. Now, real quick, man, let's go to defense. Because the defense was playing with their hair on fire yesterday, bro. You gotta be real. Defense was playing their hair on fire. But, okay. Let's be honest with ourselves, y'all. As we talk about this loss still and we go to the defensive side, let's be honest with what we saw. I do think the defense was playing. The defense was playing. Now, when you go to their stats and what they had, I think that the telltale sign of it was their rush numbers, right? You only had some who is this guy? Jordan, the running back Jordan, 15 rush attempts for 53 yards. He only had, 3 yards per carry. Only averaged 3 yards per carry. You look at Nick Chubb, 6 rush attempts, 33 yards. He had 5 yards per carry, but they didn't really do shit. You know what I mean? They didn't really do shit. You're looking at 86 yards collectively on the ground by 2 guys. So that's nothing, right? So in that regard, we really haven't been a shitty run defense, to be honest with you. We're not really like a shitty run defense. We just get bogged down because the offense never does anything, right? I mean, and that's been the problem for years upon years. Like, the defense is always like, okay, and they're like, whatever. But as far as, but as far as sustaining it, let's say sustaining their momentum for the entirety of the game, they usually don't do that. Why? Because the offense doesn't do shit. I think this week it looked different and it felt different because the offense was contributing and we actually had complimentary ball, right? There was complimentary football being played around damn near all 3 phases of the football. So, besides the turnover that you put them in that shitty position, but you had to go right back out anyway. It was a pick 6. But still, besides that, we played complimentary ball. Drives were sustained. You know what I mean? Drives were sustained. We were running the ball effectively. We were scoring touchdowns. We was getting in the red zone. Gave the defense a chance to rest. So at that point, I think we saw fresher legs. We saw a better way to scheme up a defense. I think Patrick Graham was a little more aggressive this week as well. You know, there's some times I'm very critical of Patrick Graham. Um, you know, when we're just playing this soft ass coverage and they're in whatever curl and out route the fuck they want us. And at that point, we start getting bogged down by the end of the game. But this week we were aggressive. You know, and I thought it was a pretty good game plan this week on the defensive end. Now, honestly, I do think that the Texans, you know, they kind of CJ Stroud was a little off to start that game yesterday. I will be honest on that. CJ Stroud was not his best self to start that game off. Of course, he ended the game right and he got in the rhythm, but like at first, like 2.5 quarters, like he was, you know what I mean? He was kind of booty. Let's just say that. He was kind of booty. He's kind of off target and all the extra. But you know, he got himself back on rhythm. He was 23 for 35 with 187 yards and 1 touchdown. So you get to thinking about it, bro. Like he didn't do anything too crazy. He didn't do shit too crazy at all. You know, looking at the receiving numbers, and we'll get to talking about, you know, what our corners did, but Nico Collins, 4 receptions, 59 yards. Wasn't crazy considering what numbers he usually has. Christian Kirk, 3 receptions, 37 yards. Whatever. You know what I mean? Dalton Schultz, 5 receptions, 35 yards. He had a touchdown, but other than that, like, nobody really got busy. You know, you're used to seeing bigger numbers for certain guys. You know, they had some rookies make a contribution with Jaden Higgins. He only had a catch. You know, their other rookie didn't have a catch. But other than that, like, I think we did our thing on that part. Now we're gonna talk about some rookies right now. I want to talk about Darian Porter. I'm gonna get to Darian Porter and get to Eric Stokes. I don't care what it is, bro. But Spy Tech, personally, I think we have found our starting corner units. I think the Raiders have found their starting corners for 2027, bro. And everybody's gonna say who re-sign Eric Stokes. Oh, hold on. There, hold on. There we go. But yeah, I think the Raiders have found their corners for 2027, bro. I think it's Eric Stokes needs to be re-signed immediately. I think we need to re-sign him immediately. Not saying he's the greatest corner in the world and he's Deion Sanders, but for what he's doing this year and the consistency he has shown, I would like to keep this man going into this next year, right? Because if we don't, we're going to have to roll the dice and find somebody else again, right? Or draft another guy. Now you got Porter and all that. And I think Porter needs to be the starter for next year, right? I think we have our starting outside corners for next year. Makes it easy. You find a nickel corner. We work that way, right? We work that way. But Eric Stokes, I think he's had a phenomenal year. I know a lot of people have, you know, tooted the horn of Devin White and all that. And even so, yesterday he had a pretty good game. I will give him that. Yesterday, Devin White, I think he had a pretty good game. Let's look at his stats. What did he do? Right? What did Devin White do for us? Of course, led us in tackles. 11 tackles. He had 7 solo yesterday. He had a pretty good game yesterday. He had 1 pass deflection as well. So usually, you know, I know a lot of people be like, well, Devin White, you know, he's leading us in tackles and doing these things. And yeah, sure. I still think Devin White is inconsistent as fuck. I be watching the games, bro. He be missing some tackles and shit too. I guarantee you, he probably has top 5 to top 3 missed tackles in the league. I could probably bet on that. Even though he is leading the league in tackles and all that shit, he's probably fucking around and leading the league in missed tackles as well. So that'd be different if you're telling me he's leading the league in tackles and he's securely doing this and he's not missing shit. I'd be like, okay, yeah, that's different. But he misses mad tackles. Stokes, though, on the other hand, bro, I think he's the most improved defensive player we have. Not even improved, but I just think he's the most consistent one we have. And he's the most surprising. You gotta think about it, bro. He's mad inconsistent. I personally like what Stokes has done this year. I would re-sign him. And when he had a pass deflection yesterday too, sticky coverage. You know what I mean? Realistically, when you look at the games, bro, they don't really go to his side. They do not really go to his side. They try to attack Porter. You feel what I'm saying? They try to attack Porter, but Porter's a rookie. So it's like you understand that. And even so, let's talk about Porter real quick, because some people will see there's some yardage that was given up. He gave up some yardage, you know? But every time he's giving up yardage, bro, he's going against a team's number one receiver. Number one. Like, you're going against Nico Collins, you're going against Cortland Sutton, you're going against, Devonta Smith and A.J. Brown. Like, you getting trial by fire this year. Trial by fire. And I think personally, we're seeing the ups and downs of a guy who's learning to play the position at this level. We're just seeing the ups and downs of it. Remember, we got to keep reminding people, second year playing corner ever. Second year playing corner ever. So thinking about how he's performed this year, I like this. And I think he can only get better. Slow up his feet, be a little bit more patient. And I think using his length and his natural speed, this can be a guy we can have as a starter for years. Now I'm looking at the comments. Dominique, I have to disagree with you. I have to disagree with you. Now, as far as like the injury history, I agree with you there. That is an injury history concern. But he ain't been injured this year. I mean, we gotta keep a spade, bro. He has not been injured this year. Teams don't really go to his side. Let's be honest, right? Now, if we're giving up like 300, 400-yard days, I'm with you, all right? But even think about this whole year, bro, we have not talked about Stokes at all. Stokes has not been a topic of conversation as far as being trash or giving up the yardage. It's always been Blue Kelly. It's always been shit over there on that side, right? On the other side, Porter, they've attacked Porter because he's a rookie, but it ain't really been Stokes, to be honest with you. Now, we can debate on the money side of it. I'm with you there. As far as the injury history, I will take it into account as far as what I'm going to give him long term. This year, I'll be like, okay, you were healthy this year. What I will say is, if I could give him a 1 to 2 year deal, I'd do that. Anywhere on the 3 and shit range, I'm out. That's way too rich for my blood. But 1 to 2, if we can re-sign him one more year, like just for another 1 year contract, or re-sign him for like a 2 year contract, incentive-based as well, I can work with that. Personally, he's probably the only free agent I can fucking work with, to be honest with you. Other than that, and the only reason I say that is because the free agent market for corners is kind of trash. The last I saw, I don't know who's a free agent going up now and coming up to it, but the free agent market for corners that I saw so far is kind of trash. There wasn't really no options where I was like, yeah, immediately grab this dude. So I was like, that's probably another reason I'm like, yeah, I would keep him, because I don't think there's an upgrade out there personally. But that's just me. Get a quarterback first and foremost. You got to get a quarterback. Jay, it's a good thing Porter's getting this exposure, even though he had a couple of bad games. Oh, yeah. Right. He playing that special teams beautifully, ain't he? Special teams. We always need that gunner. You're right, bro. You're right. Special teams always need a gunner, bro. So I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at it at all. But I definitely think the Raiders found their corners, man. I think we need to re-sign Stokes. I think that's going to be a topic of conversation as the end of the year comes up and we start talking about these free agents. Some people are going to talk about Devin White coming back. I'm all right. I'm okay. I'll be real with you. I'm good. He's probably, because we was having a conversation. Shout out to my dog Mike. We in the group chat. He's saying that this man gonna get top linebacker money. From who? From who? It better not be from us. It better not be from us. You talking about top linebacker money? Hell no. Hell no. If that's the conversation that we're having about Devin White, I wash my hands. I wash my hands. We're not doing that. Now, if you want to tell me like, oh yeah, we can give him another 2 year contract, just like Eric Stokes, maybe. But even then, like, I don't know. I don't know. Now, you talking, yeah, bro. Yeah. You talking about top linebacker money for Devin White? They smoking that grade A powder. No, sirree. Fuck no. Um, yeah, but there we go. QB draft that guy, stop playing. We should have drafted Shiloh and Shador. I'm just saying. Shador, yeah. I don't know about Shiloh. Shiloh cool where he at, bro. You let him do his thing. He doing his thing with the content, man. I fuck with it. Let him do his thing with that. I'm good off the other shit, though. I'm good off the other shit. Now we continue to talk about it though. Master tank job. It was a master tank job, bro. I mean, regardless of whatever we're talking about, this defense, there are some guys that, you know, this conversation we're getting into about free agents and all that. That's a deeper conversation. Because that goes into the last week of the season. We're going to start talking about who's definitely coming back, especially when we know what draft position we're going to be in, right? Because at that point, we know what coach going to be here. Easy money. But right now, we're going to go to Tankathon. We're on Tankathon watch, of course, to end the show off, as you already know. As far as us, bro, we're sitting at number 2. Number 2 overall, right behind the Giants with the same goddamn record, bro. Same record. Oh my God. Hold on. Let me share. I gotta share this screen, bro. Because looking at it, it makes you sweat. It makes you sweat when you look at it, man. Okay. Boom. Let's add this right up to the stage. Look, check this out, man. So, looking at Tankathon and what we got, bro, you see that right there. You see where we are. Right behind the Giants. Now, you see the order, though, okay? Cleveland, right behind us. Jets, right behind us with a clump. They're all the clumps of the 3 and 12, right? Tennessee is 3 and 12. We don't got to worry about Washington no more. But then again, you got to start talking about these motherfuckers right here if you win 2 games in a row. Conversation for another day. But okay, you right now our focus is on all these clumps of teams, because Cleveland, who needs a quarterback within the clumps of teams? Cleveland, they're talking about getting the quarterback. The Jets for sure need a quarterback. Who has the capital behind us to get a quarterback? The Jets and Cleveland have the capital. Okay, so there are things we got to look at there. Now, with the Giants, okay, with the Giants, if we lose next week, we're in sole possession of the number 1 pick in the draft. If we lose next week, we're in sole possession. Okay, we have to lose next week. That would push the Giants down 3 and 12, right? And we'd be the only 2 and 14 team in the league. So that will put us in sole possession. Okay, now if we win this game and put us at 2 and 14 and puts them at 3 and 13. Okay, say everybody else loses and everybody's still there, okay? I believe we still have a shot, either way it goes, at having a top 2 or number 1 overall pick, even with a win in Kansas City. Even with a win with Kansas City, I believe if we lose this week and we win against Kansas City, I believe we're still in square standings to be a top 2 pick. I believe. Now, let me look and let's look here, man. We definitely need to start Cam Miller. Bro, it all depends on this next week. That's it. That is it. Because y'all are seeing it right here, bro. If the Giants beat us, we are the only 2 and 14 team in the league. We have the sole possession. I think even with a win in Kansas City, with a loss this week, it doesn't matter. I believe it doesn't matter, because guess what? Even if we have the same record maybe as Cleveland, okay, they beat us. they fucking beat us. You know what I mean? So I don't know how it goes. The Raiders will drop to 4 if they win one more game. Now, then at that case, that's ugly. Right? That's ugly. You got to hope that somebody else, but then that depends. That's dependent on who is losing and winning games, right? Now we're gonna have to look at it. I hate that this is it. Instead of playoff watch, we're on goddamn we're on tank watch. But it is what it is. Browns schedule. Let's see who they play. Browns play next week. We have let's look. I thought they had a hard second. The Steelers. They play the Steelers, which fuck. The Steelers just beat Detroit, but it's a division game. You never know how that's gonna go. It's a division game. The Browns do end up playing the Steelers pretty tough. So who would know there? That's ugly though. Giants obviously play us, so that's important. Who the Jets play? Jets would play. Fuck. The Jets play the Patriots, so no, that's a loss for them, right? It's a loss for them. And the Jets' last two games are the Patriots and Bills. So, well, let's take that shit out. They're gonna lose. They're gonna lose those games. Okay, just our fucking luck. The Browns' last two games. Browns' last two games are Steelers and Bengals. That's the Browns' last two. Let's be real with ourselves. Do we think that the Browns can win one of those two games? Like Steelers and Bengals? Maybe. Hey, Bengals, maybe. I ain't gonna cap. That's like a maybe game because they got the defense, right? Cincinnati's defense is fucking dog water. So maybe. I mean, it might. But it takes some luck. So I don't know about the Steelers. Maybe the Bengals might be the more likely game. Now, listen, they play us, right? The Giants play us. Yeah, the Bengals are a more likely game, but it's all in all still bad. Now, look, the Giants had a fucking pure opportunity yesterday to beat the Vikings. Pure. They squandered that. So, let's see what happens there. God damn. The Giants' last game is the Cowboys. So fuck. They might lose that one. They're gonna lose that. So if they're gonna have to lose this week, man. We gotta lose this week. That's just the only way. That is just the only way, bro. Because look, all these teams we just said that we're competing against, Giants got the Cowboys. They're gonna lose. They got the Cowboys after us. It's over. Cleveland, they have Pittsburgh and they have Cincinnati, right, to end the game. There's a chance in one of those two games. There's a chance in one of those two games with Cleveland that they could do something. So you hold out and you hold your breath there. The Jets are fucked off, bro. They're playing the Patriots and they're playing the Bills. They're going to lose both of those games, right? They're going to lose both of those games. So you already count the Jets at 3-14. Cleveland potentially can be 3-14, hopefully win a game, but they're going to be 3-14, right? The Giants potentially, if they win, okay, now you're 3-13, but they can go to 3-14, right? See the clusterfuck of teams we're in now. You know what I mean? That's the clusterfuck we're in. We did lose to the Cowboys. That is correct. It's all in our hands. It doesn't matter, bro. It's all in our grasp. The world is in our hands, okay? It doesn't matter about any of these other fucking teams. If we fucking lose, that's it. Then Dante Moore, come on down, right? Come on down. We got a fucking quarterback. I don't even want him to play this first year. Don't even do it. Sit your ass down. I don't need you to play this first year. All I need is give me the top pick in the draft. Give me Dante Moore. Sign me Malik Willis as the bridge for a year. Let's get busy. That's all the fuck I want. That's all I need. Okay, so if we can do those things, if we can do that, I'll be one happy camper. And we'll let the fucking chips fall where they may. If we suck, then we fucking suck. But we haven't tried this route. What route? We ain't tried this route. Give me the coach. Give me the quarterback. You know what I mean? Even give me a bridge so he don't even have to play first year. Fine. I don't care. As long as we have the answer and solution in the background. That's all I give a fuck about. So real quick, everybody, before we get out of here, man, we just talked about the masterful tank job. We just went over Tankathon and where we're at. Before we get out of here, man, we end the show off, man. You know how we got to end the show off real quick with the last segment of the day, which is yeah, man. We're gonna go ahead and end it off with the rundown, man. Y'all already know what it is. Tie a little silver and black bow on what we just saw, what we just talked about. Now, real quick, man, we just talked about how masterful the tank job was for the Raiders. A lot of promising things shown yesterday in the game, a lot of things we can move forward with. And hey, even think about it. A lot of things that other coaches around the league that maybe wanting head coaching jobs can look at and say, I like that there. You know what I mean? I like the weaponry there. So not only are we, looking for what type of talent that we have next year, the talent that's playing this year and is trying to attract the motherfuckers that might be the coach, right? That's who we have to attract. So at that point, not mad, man. I am happy about everything that I saw. This next week, we're sweating bullets, bro. We're sweating bullets. Now, we're going to go through this for real because we're going to go through Giants' tendencies, what they've given up, all the extra where they're ranking and what we can do, right? What we can do against them, what we don't need to do. I'll be real with y'all, though. If Ashton Genty and Bowers play like this again next week, it's going to be a sweater. It's going to be a sweater. If Geno don't turn the ball over and shit and they're not getting no pressure on Geno with Brian Burns and Dexter Lawrence and they're not getting pressure like that, it's going to be a sweater, bro. So we definitely are going to have to bite our nails watching that one. But either way it goes, man, I appreciate everybody that is up in here, man. Y'all know what I'm about to say, man. Before we get on out of here, make sure you're hitting that like, hitting that subscribe button, bro. If you're new to the show and you want to get some, we are you coming up as well. My bad, I thought I heard man, because the college football playoffs is going to restart, so we definitely going to get that cracking again. Make sure you guys tune Wednesday. Yeah, man, we're for you, and we're going to be previewing the Giants and the Raiders game, man. The tendencies, everything we just talked about. Tomorrow, Tuesday, you got Blunts and Breakdown. So keep it a beam, man. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. All the extra, man. You got breakdowns. We might come around and give you some extra as the holiday season, and we feeling generous, right? We feeling generous. So appreciate it up in this mug, man. Getting dirty looks. I'm getting dirty looks because my man is ready to go outside and go to the park. So it's my time to go ahead and take him to the park. So I'm ready. Y'all already know what I say every time, man. Before we get ready to end a rundown show off, man, we keep it all from the clouds to the ground. Ready to run down. Merry Christmas this week. Before we gonna have before then, man.